All right, we're live.
So exciting. We're
Mhm.
here. Yeah, I don't know about this
Open.
Kickstarter, Greg.
I think they're largely bad.
Yeah, some of them are better than others.
Into the Abyss.
It's the Kickstarter everyone knows they don't want.
Okay, so these just like Chaos Warriors and shit.
I think largely, yeah.
It's like I guess the models look alright, but I mean I feel this Kickstarter came out a little too late. Like, could it come out before all the newer Chaos releases were shown? I feel people would be more excited.
Some of the models look okay, but the female ones are all real bad. To me, their proportions make them look like Mega Block figures. Which, like, if it's a Mega Block figure, you can kind of accept it because it's a fucking shitty Mega Block figure that they try to make articulate and stuff, so they look bad, and you can maybe accept that. With this, you shouldn't accept that.
Yeah, they don't look good.
I mean, some of the... Like, there's an old wizard. He looks okay, but, like, not good. And the first painted picture they have of a Chaos Warrior dude, he's the best looking.
Yeah, he is the best. I don't know if I love the fleshy sword arm.
Yeah, that's
like
bad.
Soul Calibur shit. It's not what I like. That's not what I like.
Like them, those aren't good.
Their goal was really low.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's probably just the dude. He's a sculptor from Germany.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool.
And that's it. Yeah, it's kind of cool getting started and learning. Become like the only way you're going to get better at sculpting is sculpting.
Yeah.
You know, so that is cool. That is cool.
Like, I feel like maybe I should back it for like a very small amount. The Shard Maidens are so bad.
At least they're standing up straight. But yeah, they're bad.
Like, and they have necks, but like here's an instance where the necks are just too long.
Well, it's kind of weird how their poses are almost like a lack of a pose. They're literally just standing up straight.
Mm-hmm.
Like almost as though they were practicing sculpting form and such, but then didn't actually go further with it. Which admittedly, these all look like they were hand sculpted, right?
Yeah, I think they were hand sculpted.
Overall, I like the dwarves. I think they look good. They look pretty good.
Yeah, they do look fairly good. Yeah, actually, supposedly
sculpting 5 years ago, so like
that's pretty good. Yeah. Supposedly, like that interview with like Edgar, he started to use ZBrush like before Games Workshop, like were using it, and they wouldn't let him use it.
Really?
So he like trained and did it all by himself, and like took a sabbatical to.
That's not how I read it. I read it that like they didn't. He had to work full time, and they wouldn't like support him or like let him just take the classes to learn how to do it. They forced him to still work his day job, and do all the sculpting, but wanted him to then just learn it all on his free time or take classes to learn it. That's how I read it.
Yeah, I mean, that could be. Or, I mean, regardless, they weren't like necessarily excited about digital sculpting.
Or I took it that they wanted him to do it, but they didn't want to support him learning it.
Okay, I mean,
or they needed him to be working didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That could be.
Or
because I mean, it seems like they would have started. Forge World probably wanted to get in on that quickly, particularly for all the larger vehicles and stuff.
Yeah.
So
a few more minutes, everybody, and apparently they're going to show previews of the Las Vegas Open. Do we think
It
they'll
seems
show cool stuff?
Well, they'll show the new version of what? Do you think this is Teclis or what? I don't know how you say his name because I never really looked at it. But this is High Elves.
Who that is?
How much do you think the High Elves are going to change? Do we think it'll be a lot, or do you think they'll just release this character and not much else?
I feel they'll release a little, but not a ton. I doubt it'll be a whole new set of models for an army. But I mean, who knows?
Greg, you sent the Kickstarter to Starbreach, is that right?
Yeah.
Isn't that like some skirmish game that was, what's his name?
Does James Sheriff have something to do with it?
I don't know about that. Or perhaps.
Because, like, if you look at the image, there's one of his models on there.
Oh, yeah, there is. It was recommended by, there's the Tabletop Minions Awards.
Yeah.
Like, when
I got an email about it somehow. And yeah, I got an email about it. And the art looks fairly good. I mean, it's supposed to be a skirmish game where you can use whatever models you want.
So maybe it's like Saga. But in the future.
Yeah.
Supposedly, or maybe it's not this one. One of the, it is sort of not necessarily set to any particular universe. But they're sort of generic, and a lot of the races basically like, this is basically Tau.
Okay.
And whoever did it, they must have done a game called Wild in the Streets, which I know some of the people from Core Hammer had something to do with it. Maybe it was just they played it.
Okay.
And that's how I knew of it.
Actually, Adam, did you play Warcry tonight?
I did play Warcry tonight.
How was that?
It was fun.
Did you win any games?
Yeah, I won my second Convergence game.
Okay.
It was a good game. It was fun.
You played some games that were good? That seems hard to believe.
Yeah.
How many games did you play? 2?
I only played 1. Most of the time I try and play 2, but only 1 tonight.
Alright, the shit's live.
Oh boy. We're excited. Oh, evening. Oh, nice to have you here. I'm here for the 9th edition and the Pointy Elves. So let's see what we have.
Yeah. Let's see this stuff.
You'd say it's live. Is it from on their the preview page, or is it somewhere else?
It's just the first article. Just click on the
reveal it. Yeah. Okay. Adeptus Mechanicus. Oh god. I don't know.
Whoa. Adeptus Mechanicus Rough Riders with.
So that is actually a surprise.
Yeah.
Huh. What do we think about these?
The second picture, the one that they have like the rifles,
Yeah,
I like that a lot
they look a
better.
lot better. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
The-
cool.
They
My
look
first
like
thought
the
with them,
wizard.
yeah, that was my first thought. Like
Necron
this will be
99.
good to make a model of Necron 99.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
almost seems like they had to have some inspiration off of that. And they also kind of remind me of Gorka Morka, the muties.
Mhm.
yeah.
Not that the muties were like robotic or whatever.
The faces of the Rough Rider horses there are better than the ones in the first image.
Oh
With the
yeah.
ones
Well,
with
it's
the
nice that
pistols.
they're slightly different.
Yeah.
See, the ones in the first set of images, or I guess all of them really, they kind of have a heavy war machine vibe to them, don't they?
Yeah.
A little bit. I think overall they're kind of cool. They certainly suffer from their weapons being kind of comically large, and it sort of detracts from them. But I generally like how they're the Rangers and the Vanguard or whatever, that there seem to be both. So that's pretty neat.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Oh god, they have more stuff. Guys with jetpacks and wings and shit. They look
I
cool.
like them. They're a lot more interesting than I expected. They remind me of the point and click adventure game, Lighthouse.
Yeah, they do. They're cool.
Yeah, these are more interesting.
Their rifle things are kind of neat looking too. Yeah, people will like these. They're good.
So that's a good.
Well, let's go. Let's look at the elves. Holy shit, they have lots of pointy elves. Okay, let's go and look at them. So I guess yeah, they are trying to make it into an army. They have new elf spearmen. The spearmen look pretty good, I think. Their proportions seem to be pretty good. They're like actually in kind of like a believable pose for like having swords and shields.
Yeah, they're a lot better than the old high elf plastic infantry models
It's
that
interesting.
had bulbous feet and hands, and
It's interesting. Yeah, they look pretty nice, and it's interesting that they're actually somewhat traditional high elves. You know, they didn't like go off the deep end. Like they're
Yeah.
like riding rocket ships, or like they're riding fish. Which I mean, for the other elves, was still interesting to do something different. But it's kind of nice to see something that isn't quite so
Yeah. The knights
ridiculous.
look good too, actually. They look pretty good.
it kind of remind me of something out of Lord of the Rings, just a little bit more flamboyant.
Yeah.
And the hero person,
Is that Telkius or whatever his name is?
it looks like it's an empty
Teclis.
suit of armor,
That's interesting.
doesn't it?
It sure does.
Wait, is
That's
that him
cool.
or is this someone? That's no.
Nah, the empty suit of armor
It's
is.
something else. What?
Look closer. That armor is hollow.
Yeah, let's look at the hollow armor. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I feel it's neat that they just.
An animated suit of armor. The armor looks pretty good. It's interesting they have like the little sculpted like wheat on his base. It's kind of interesting. His helmet's cool.
And all right, the final model of the elf-headed griffin thing.
This is the new model of the
Damn.
the
So
torso dude.
Well, yeah.
they really don't want you to be able to store their models anywhere.
It's also interesting, like,
Teclis, he seems a lot better proportioned than most. GW models.
Well,
He
yeah, so
doesn't
that's-
feel as heroic.
I agree. So, like, also, I think that's just now like a thing they now do. In each of the new armies, they have a centerpiece like character model,
Mm-hmm.
and the proportions and anatomy is just so different from the rest of the range. It's like not funny.
Yes.
Like,
Because like the other models look pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't say they're like, wow, that's the best thing I've ever seen, but they look good.
they look good and they look like pretty close to your standard like elves and stuff. I think their proportions are a little better though.
They're
than, like,
they're
they have been in the
better.
past. And then,
Their feet and hands aren't
but
like
yeah, man.
boulders. But yeah, just like the Bone Reaper's character, who was proportioned much better.
Holy
This-
fuck, Zoats are coming back.
Are there pictures of
Lizardmen's.
them?
Yeah, but so we'll get to that. Lizardmen are coming back, and thank God they need better models.
They don't.
And-
Yeah.
It seems like they're probably just gonna get a Codex book that
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Okay, so another.
I like this
Underworld's team.
Shadespire group. Yeah, it's like the big fat one with that wicked looking open mouth.
Looks cool.
They all look great.
They all do look great because they all have different sort of physiology. There's the really corpulent one. Then
Yeah,
there's
they're
a
interesting.
slightly thinner but still kind of weighty looking one, and then the sorcerer thing. So I feel this is
the best looking Shadespire group in a while.
yeah,
good.
certainly if
The
I think
little-
of the Beastgrave stuff, it's the most
Best,
interesting
yeah.
one.
And the cat thing is interesting.
Yeah.
And yes, the Blackstone Fortress, they're putting Zoats.
You know what? I was
Zoats.
hoping that they would have something
Damn.
new for Blackstone Fortress, and I was hoping it would be an alien. And hell yeah,
That's a good looking Zoat.
that is a good looking.
It's
Zoat.
pretty great that he really looks a lot like the old Zoat
Yeah,
model.
he does.
Kind of the wonky posing and whatnot. But
Love
that's
it. Love it.
that's pretty awesome that they're putting them in. Like, because I feel Blackstone Fortress was like the perfect opportunity to do stuff like this, and it's nice to see
It
that they're
does
still
look like
going in
it
with
would fit right at home in the Halo Combat Evolved universe. Like,
It
doesn't it?
does in a
Like,
major
so
way.
much.
hmm
I mean, it looks great, but it looks a little bit less like Warhammer. But I guess Warhammer's a big place.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
And now what we've all
World,
been waiting for, Forge World.
There's something that's hidden behind a cloth. Cool.
Oh, look at this special character. It's this
Ooh.
white scars.
Oh, no.
He's
Oh, no,
bad
please
looking.
don't. Who is that? Just check. Okay, so it's not their Primarch. Thank goodness. If this
Yeah,
was
because
their
it's not a good look.
Primarch-
It's not good looking.
Yeah, that's it.
It's not good
It's
looking.
not the worst that I've seen.
It is
in
not the
Forge World,
worst.
but it's not.
It's not exciting.
It's not good. Oh, they also have their Warhammer heroes. Are these the nomina? Or are these? Okay, these are.
With more to be announced. So I don't think I know any of those people.
No.
Yeah. I guess I
With-
forget. Do they eventually do they talk about them? I don't even remember in the past.
They didn't, but I think maybe they finally put up a small amount of information somewhere. But
Okay.
with more to be announced, does that mean there were more heroes? Well, we'll see, I suppose.
Well, it says we'll have more details on 2020's Warhammer Heroes soon. So it's not clear. And then they have a teaser trailer for Angels of Death. That's something.
I'm watching it muted.
I'm not even going.
And it looks better than I expected.
Well, why don't you watch it muted there?
Okay.
I mean, it's not necessarily muted, but I feel we don't have it set. And we'll have to see if Warhammer's indent is on there.
This is Captain Salkin of the Blood Angels strike cruiser Sword of
There
Baal.
is a small
Respond.
portion of the indent.
It looks pretty good. It's a lot more
Still cannot reach
atmospheric
Captain
looking.
Orpheus or his retinue ship mistress.
Than I expected it to be.
Without doubt,
Which I feel
there can be no
is
life.
probably what they needed.
Yeah, they needed to have a strong use
The
of
false
colors
angels
to
are
make it seem
resilient,
darker.
but they shall be broken. I am vengeance. I am wrath. I am death.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's a lot better than I was thinking.
I wonder how long it is. Like, is it a series? Is it?
I don't know. Maybe they tell us there. I don't think they do.
They may
Yeah,
have
it
told
looked
us
pretty
earlier.
good. It being largely all in black and red, I feel did a lot.
What I find interesting, so I feel not that we saw a huge amount there, but it's to me those Marines and things and that look better animated than the indent Marine.
Yeah.
For the little opening thing, I agree.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. So I feel
Pretty good around the stuff.
Yeah, I feel this has been the best reveal in recent memory.
Yeah, pretty
So they actually showed some of their animated thing. That's good. I mean, Forge World was largely garbage, but it seems like they're updating the rules, so people could be interested in that. Zoats are back, and hopefully
Yeah,
that
that's
means
right.
some more interesting Blackstone Fortress models and reveals, and they keep doing stuff with that. Like, that's exciting. Another good, or one of the best looking Underworlds things, and like actually a one in Beastgrave that like is actually kind of cool, and it's with only 3 models. That's up my alley.
Yeah.
The High Elves. What do actually they even call them? They probably don't call them High Elves. These are the Lumineth Realm. These are the Realm Lords.
Yeah, so I feel they look pretty good. Some semi-traditional spearmen and mounted cavalry.
I think they're the nicest looking elf spearmen
Yeah.
they've
Uh,
released.
I think so. And Telkis, or whatever his name is, looks good, well proportioned, and better detailed.
Teclis. Yeah,
Teclis, okay.
he looks actually really good. So it's interesting. I feel of all like the Eldar elf models and stuff Games Workshop has released, he is probably the best looking. He is the most his anatomy and proportions and stuff look the
Well, admittedly,
most unique.
it's sort of similar to the Deep One character with his water cloak thing.
That's true.
He looked pretty good. I don't know how. I'm not super excited that he has this Griffin thing. I mean, it looks good, but
It does look good. I like the little tiny
wouldn't.
trees. on the base.
I wouldn't really want that, but yeah, no, that they're
Little
nice.
bonsai trees.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it's
And the wheat and such on there too. Like that's kind of a neat way to sort of tie them together in whatever realm they're in. So that's nice.
yeah, they
The
look good.
the suit of armor without the body is a neat idea, but he kind of looks stocky and short. I mean,
Yeah.
admittedly, he's
Yeah, I
standing
feel he
with his
looks
legs spread out really
very
far.
heroic proportions. And I guess maybe it's a little more acceptable because he's not actually in there.
But just imagine if his armor was arranged to look more similar to the character, the sorcerer guy there. It would be like so much taller and like
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be better.
looking, but still.
It's
Hey,
still pretty
Neil
neat.
Young's a U.S. citizen now.
Hmm.
Good job for you, Neil. We're proud of you.
One thing that I will say, I think the cavalry members, their proportions, they're a lot taller, I think, than like some of the other like models and stuff.
Seems like there's a video about orcs or something. Maybe.
Yeah, I saw that, but didn't watch it because the ultimate warlord is there like
There seems to be small images of stuff. It seems it's a new gas call Thraka model. You might as well just play it.
He has no mere green skin. Wait, the Grodd's back?
No, that's a good.
Arya's back.
Oh, that's great.
He looks okay, the Grodd.
He doesn't, for them often being not always doing the best with Grots, he doesn't look too bad. So it's clear that is gas call. And the little that we saw his power call looked nice.
It did look good.
Nelson's Thraka's great model though.
Yeah, so that is the one thing that's kind of like I don't know how much I needed that to be replaced, but
He needed to be bigger because everything Games Workshop is making is getting bigger and bigger. So yeah, as a matter of fact, man, they showed so much stuff. The little Mechanicus, the Mechanicus flyers, like they're cool.
The one with the like carbine thing, he has these stupid grenades hanging off his belt. That's look kind of dumb, but
oh, is that what those were? I was trying to figure out. Yeah, that's probably what.
I think that's what they are. But I mean, whatever. You just don't put those on.
Like his rifle has a stock.
It does.
Like what the?
And
fuck,
it's kind of neat that it sort of combines the flechette sort of pistol magazines on it. So I don't know. It's nice to see them continue some of keeping that imagery from some of the other kits and putting them onto these. So I think they're cool. Like people will go wild with converting these into things.
Their little jetpacks, the little turbine things look pretty good too. Like I feel they'll be nice for all manner.
The pinions look good. Their little clawed feet look good.
They'll be a pain in the dick to store anywhere though.
Yeah, and they have those horrible flying stands.
I actually kind of like the flamethrower. I kind of like it. It's too big, but it's kind of neat.
But it's long and thin, and what a model the base making a model of the Fury off of.
Yeah, that was the first thing that I thought of when I saw these. Even though they don't look that much like it, it still made me think of Metal Gear Solid 3 and the Fury.
Yeah.
Which would be fun.
The War Machine Rough Riders are interesting. And I feel I like aspects of them, but like overall, I don't love them.
It seems like there'll be one of those great things for people making their ash waste Necromunda gangs and whatnot.
Oh yeah, and I mean, you could very much just imagine people getting these like the little like partially robed heads and stuff, and using them to just make cool, more interesting Skitari and stuff.
Yeah.
Like their rifles.
His revolver is like the biggest thing imaginable.
Yeah, it's huge. Their rifles are modified a little, and I think they might look a little better.
Yeah, I think they do.
Than the standard ones. But they have a very heavy Wizards animated film vibe to them.
Well, so that will be a good excuse to go back and remake him. Or maybe not, because then we'd have to buy these models, but...
Yeah, we don't want them. So what's everyone most excited about?
I don't...
That Nurgle Beastgrave team, we should get them, and then we should play Beastgrave or Shadespire again.
Yeah.
Or maybe the Zoat.
The Zoat, I feel, is what I'm most excited about. And
probably that. Then maybe the fact that they brought back Gazkal's little Grot friend.
Nice.
Not necessarily that the model looked awesome, but it was still fun that he's back.
Yeah, I think he looks pretty good.
Does it say anything about the Zoat? Like that? I kind of hope it's not just a small expansion. Or I mean, I don't know. That's probably what
just
it will
like the Amble.
Amble, yeah, which makes probably the most sense. But well, it's nice that they did. They're bringing it back, and that means they can maybe keep bringing back other ones. But Jake X Profundus, like, what's he gonna do? Like, I feel he's been joking about Zoats coming back for so long.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're what's he gonna joke about now?
It's hard to know.
Yeah, but that's fun. That's fun. I feel it'll be good for Inc. 28 stuff to just have us out there for reasons.
Okay, guys, the Las Vegas Open preview is coming up. We need to think of something new and amazing to show the fans. It needs to be bold, awesome, but also classic and nostalgic. What have you got?
But at least it also
What's this is a battle? People like those, right?
We
means
just did
they're
that.
still
Steve.
doing
Keep up.
stuff with
Can we bring back pointy elves?
Blackstone
Again,
Fortress.
loving the enthusiasm, but that's already in the works.
Okay, get this. Codex Primaris Lieutenants.
Actually, it's lieutenants. And no, the world just isn't ready for that yet.
Sons of Behemat?
That's just a myth, Steve. Don't be daft.
Codex Pro.
What about Zoats?
Hey, what's a Zoat?
I hear a YouTube video playing in the background.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, there's just one, so it is going to be just like the Amble one.
I mean, that makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Makes the most sense. Yeah, I really think this is like the best preview they've done in a while. I feel there was things that like was legitimately surprising. They weren't just Space Marines.
They were very
like there were no Space Marines.
Yeah.
Other than the Angels of Death thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. What was the most disappointing model in there? The pseudo armor?
But that's a fun idea.
No,
That's fun.
I feel it's
Oh,
the
the
Rough Riders.
Seraphon or the Seraphon book. That's
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Lizard Man, where they didn't actually do anything. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't. I feel the suit of armor is sort of fun, a fun idea, but it's sort of disappointing how much it just looks like a heroic scale proportion thing. I don't know, but nothing is like wildly disappointing.
Yeah. Yeah, this stuff's good. So it'll be interesting to see if they show anything else over the coming days. I forget how they've done it in the past.
I doubt.
They
In
probably
Adepticon last year, they split it into like 3 days. One day was 40K, one was Warhammer.
Oh,
I doubt they'll do that for this.
oh, Johnny actually is here too.
oh.
Yeah, hey Johnny.
Zoats are back. Or a Zoat is back.
No better than ever.
I mean, the old
like-
Zoat model was pretty garbage.
It was bad.
But I mean, it was.
They left for a while. They went into Halo Combat Evolved for some years, and then came back to Warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey Johnny, we just wanted to stream for a short time here, such that when this stuff went live, we could talk about it. I guess live, see what it was, and overall, pretty impressed.
Yeah. The Rough Rider dudes, I like the second set with the longer rifles better than the first.
Yeah. Yeah, no one likes those acrylic stands.
It's true. It's true.
The one with the one Mechanicus flyer with the rifle, he doesn't have his finger on the trigger.
Amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing. And his rifle has a stock. Also amazing.
Man, the taser goat things they have are so huge.
Yeah, they're remarkably large.
They look kind of bad. Well, they've always looked sort of bad.
Yeah. There are so many rad shapes in like a lot of these models. They will be very good for all manner of conversions.
Yeah, no, I think people will like them. Oh, the next Psychic Awakening thing is called Engine War. So maybe Knights will get some new stratagems so you can take your Knight army to Adepticon. That would be fun.
That would be so fun. So fresh.
Admittedly, maybe that's where they introduced all those new Mechanicus stuff through that. Perhaps.
That's true.
Well, admittedly, that's a Psychic Awakening thing that isn't just more Space Marines. So I guess that's good.
That's true.
Hey, friends, I think I'm going to bed. You can keep talking.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel maybe we should just call it. We can talk more about these models at a later time.
Yeah, I think that would probably be.
We saw them.
Well, thanks for watching, Ringo and Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for getting off about as quick as we got on, but
yeah, we can talk more about it and think about what cool things could be done with some of these things.
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see how long it takes them to release some of the stuff, because they certainly showed a lot.
Yeah.
And there were no Space Marine lieutenants. Heck yeah.
Best thing. Best thing.
But yeah, so hopefully they continue to make more alien races for Blackstone Fortress. Seems like that's just about the only Warhammer 40,000 thing where they still make aliens. So hopefully they keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us on this short stream. We'll be back again, at the very least, next week. And who knows what we're going to talk about, but it'll be something. Yeah. Until next time.
Yeah, see you, everybody.